Hey y'all, Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and don't I have the perfect, most romantic look for you using my Sigma Paris palette. I just got it and I really wanted to try it, so here it is. I hope you guys like the tutorial. I'm going to start this look off with foundation. I'm using the Studio Fix Fluid in NW45, still one of my absolute favorites. I'm applying this foundation with a damp beauty blender sponge. All you need is a fixing spray. I'm going to use the Fix Plus. This is a spray or two. Dab it randomly throughout the face, and then you kind of want to just connect those dots with the sponge. Don't be sleeping on sponges, girl. Sponges can help you apply some of the most flawless finishes when you use them correctly, that is. Just keep on dabbing, and the sponge doesn't need to be like sopping wet. It just, you know, just give it a spray or two just so that it's moist. And don't forget around your jawline, and there we go. Yay! I'm gonna fill in my brows next. You know the usual. I use the spiked brow pencil from MAC. I apply just enough pencil to shade them in and shape them, kind of define out however they're already arched. I use lighter strokes at the head of the brow because you kind of want to see like that transition from like softness into the darkness. And I'm going to be shaping and defining the brows. Now that we're working on the eyes, I'm also going to dab a bit of concealer on those lids, but you only need very little. You're going to need an eyeshadow base. I'm going to use the Black Track Fluid line from MAC. Just pop a bit of that onto the eyelids, and please use this one sparingly, guys. It is so dark and it's super creamy, so it can get carried away very easily. As you can see, I'm a bit heavy-handed with the product simply because I'm used to using it and I have a little bit more experience with it. But if you're kind of new with using the whole black bases, tread lightly, tread very lightly. Take your finger around the edges and pat it. I prefer to pat versus like swiping. Gives you a little bit more control. So until it looks a little bit more blended, keep on patting it down. Even take like a clean finger around the edges and just clean it up. Clean it up, girl. Clean it up. Using our ever so fabulous Paris palette, the first shadow I'm going to use is Elysee, which is that one there. It's like that dark burgundy, really pretty color. I applied Elysee with a pointed 226 blending brush from MAC, and I'm dabbing that color onto my outer corner. Just basically contouring around my eye socket area. This is a really dark, sultry color, but I think it looks amazing on our complexion. I think it'll look amazing on anyone, but especially on medium to dark. And then I'm going to start blending that out. Now I'm using a MAC 222 brush for even more color payoff and just to continue blending it. I'm going to use a clean 224 blending brush from MAC or any blending brush of your little heart's desire. And around the edges of that, I'm just blending that out and making it just look a little bit more softer. I'm then using the Notre Dame eyeshadow, and it's being applied with the E55 brush that actually comes in the palette, which is one of my favorite Sigma brushes. I applied this shadow on my eyelid. It's like a smoky mauvey, it's got a little bit of silver in it. It's like so pretty. And that's being applied on my eyelid. I'm going to line my eyes heavily from top to bottom lash line with a black pencil liner. This is from Smashbox. Mainly concentrating the liner on the outer corners of my eyes for a lifted cat eye effect. And then I also applied that black liner in my waterline. And I'll apply mascara once I'm done with the rest of the face. I'm now going to use my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer with the Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm applying that underneath my eyes. I'm also dabbing a bit of that along the bridge of my nose and into my forehead. I'm applying both Elysee eyeshadow and Notre Dame eyeshadow along my bottom lash line using the 242 eyeshadow brush from MAC. And I'm really smoking and smudging it out because I really want it to look like very dark and smoky. So I think that ought to do the trick. I'm going to powder up my face using the Mineralized Skin Finish in Deep Dark from MAC and my Sigma F20 large powder brush. I'm dabbing that powder all over my face, and this is going to help keep the shine minimized on the skin for those of you guys that have like oily or combination skin types such as mine, and just overall longer lasting makeup. I'm going to use my, as usual, favorite CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer with the F40 brush that also came with the palette, and this is for contouring. Using downward strokes, I am just contouring my face. I'm also going to apply a bit of that into my temples and along my jawline. So the palette comes with some pretty interesting blushes. I think for this look, I'm going to use Rouge, which is this kind of like rosy pink. For a cheekbone highlight, I'm going to use the, I think that's pronounced Lumiere. I don't know. That one right there. It's kind of like a highlighty, it's kind of like a highlight sparkly. Yeah, let's try that one. Just dabbing a bit of that on the high point. Ooh, that's pretty. On the high points of my cheekbones. As a matter of fact, I think I'm also going to pop a bit of that on the brow bone. Before I finish with the lips, I'm going to apply mascara. This is the, as usual, Lash Stiletto from Maybelline. For a more flirtatious look, you could add lashes, but I am going to skip that option today. But I'm definitely going for like dark, full lashes for this look. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to line my lips with Chestnut Lip Liner from MAC, which is a dark brown. Then I'm taking my finger and blending some of that liner out and adding YSL number 22 lipstick. And that is the final look.